can BRICS then de-dollarize the global economy?
She means the US dollar.
Well, let me say something to you. I respect very much the decisions that are made by the countries. I advocated that it's not necessary that a trade agreement between Brazil and India would have to be done with US dollars. What I defend is that we can use our own currencies. It's difficult. Yes, it is difficult, but we can try. No one has to rely on the dollar, but you can't also undo this system overnight. You have to take into account the difficulties of each nation. What I believe in concrete terms is that many goods, I'm not thinking about this now. For a long time I've been thinking about this. My first term in Brazil, we established with Argentina the purchase from small enterprises in Brazilian currency and Argentinian currency. This is a process that we have to discuss. What is more advantageous for a country, for Brazil, and what is more advantageous for each country that negotiates with other countries? Obviously, I understand the reasons of the Americans that they don't want to create other currencies because the dollar is the world currency, the strongest currency we have in the world. And so I understand their concern. The bottom line is that they took over the strength of the dollar and they created an international currency that impacts any country. So we have also to take into account how we're going to do this. It's not a fantasy. It's not something that you can do overnight, but it's something that we have to start to think it over, and that Brazil and India could make their trade. Do we need the dollar? That's the question that we have to ask. Or can we exchange the trade with our own currencies? And so our business sector, everybody has to think about that, and let's see what is the best for us. We do not have to be locked of things to the past. Let's try to innovate and move to the future to see if it improves the living standards of our people. If it's not to improve the living standard, we won't do anything, but I believe it can improve our living standard.
Time.
Okay, so those were a few glimpses, but can we move to off-cam chats now for a bit? Can I get both of yours perspective on what the dynamics was like, how big was the team? And I'm very curious about how this live translation happens. I know Geeta has a prior sort of experience in this. She had that with Putin as well.
And a few other leaders.
And a few other leaders. But how exactly does it happen? Is there a translator there? And are you all also wearing earpieces when this happens? Yeah.
So it's very interesting because when he's speaking, the interpreter can't be in the same room. Because otherwise the noise will travel and his mic will pick up the noise. It is simultaneous translation, interpretation, which means he's sitting, we have our earpieces, the interpreter is sitting in the other room. There's another room with all our switchers and all the production team sitting over there. He's sitting there, and when I'm asking the question, it is real-time interpreted to the president in Portuguese. And when he's responding, it's real-time interpreted to us in our ear. So if we have a counter, we can also, do a counter question.
Yeah, because it seemed like it was absolutely
Which is why, Sonal, a lot of people say, are these all questions scripted and prepared? No.
Not a word. Yeah.
We had a brief informal interaction with him, and it was absolutely off the record, but there's one thing that I can say on the record, which he said. He held us and he said, you can ask me anything you want.
What are you saying?
Yes.
Yeah. What are you saying? We don't meet world leaders like that very often.
Putin?
Yeah.
No questions given in advance.
Wow.
These are statesmen. That's why I said when I began, they're not just leaders, they're statesmen. They've stayed in power. They've seen global politics. They've seen the world change in front of them. They are prepared. He's over 80 and look how alert he is.
Yeah.
He knew what he wanted to say, how he wanted. He said, I'm okay with the comfortable questions and with the uncomfortable ones. You ask whatever you want.
This is like a reporter's dream interview, no? When somebody says, "Haath pakad ke bol diya ki bhai jo puchna hai bebak puchiye."
And again, a lot of people say, "Oh, this is also fake," No, every president needs to be prepared. So we send them themes that we would be focusing on, areas we'd be focusing on, but not specifics. So I could do a counter on Bolsonaro. He did not answer the first time. I countered. I said, no, let's go back. So is Bolsonaro going to be a part of your conversation with Trump or not?
Yeah.
And that's when he responded. He did not respond the first time around. So,
Similarly, on the social media question, we persisted. And there was a follow-up on...
What was the question?
So there was a question that we had asked about social media and the communication which happens on social media. Should the world leaders speak over phone, perhaps, rather than making big policy announcements on social media?
Oh, we may know a man who does that. We may know somebody.
So first, he started talking about the negatives of social media and everything. And then I went back to it and I said that we are talking about, do you think that's the right thing to do? And then he said that leaders should have the ability of picking up the phone.
That he would not do it.
He would not do it.
He would not basically go on X and make an announcement.
Yes,
he was saying leaders should be able to pick up the phone and talk.
Pick up the phone and
And in terms of the team, Sonal, we think that...
But what? I thought we are in midst of AI summit. You'll tell me some AI bot was like translating for you all and all. This is like human, huh? This is the big story.
It's a human who's been with him over 30 years. He almost, I think, can finish the president's sentence without the president having to do it. Just about.
Yeah. And you spoke about how alert he was. Yes. He's given tips, I understand. And he quizzed Maria on what time she wakes up, what is she doing.
But that is not the thing. In the newsroom, when Sonal and I were discussing, she jumped out of her seat. She said, really, he said this? So yes, Sonal, what did he say?
Oh yeah, we'll tell you what he said, but I'll tell you why I jumped out of my seat, because I get very excited about conversations on health, and this one particularly was on longevity. So there was a time we reported here on India Today as well that, this is basically in this conversation, President Lula has said, move aside Putin, move aside Kim Jong-un, I am going to live till 120, and this is the reason why.
I have a pact with God. I have a pact with God that I'll have life till 120, and I'm strong, and I will be strong.
So what exactly was that pact with God, and this strong sense, where does it come from? All those details in this excerpt. Check it out.
You are 80. You say that you have purpose of a 30-year-old. What's your purpose, and what, according to you, is your legacy?
My purpose is the first. First of all is, what time did you wake up today in the morning?
I woke up at 5:30.
5:30 da manhã. And what did you do at 5:30 in the morning?
Because I'm fasting, I read namaz.
Num jejum, então, por isso. I woke up also 5:30 in the morning. I walked 6 kilometers.
Wow.
In Delhi.
And I do this every day.
Outside?
Foi fora de Delhi? Como é que você fez? Na academia? Onde você andou isso? In the fitness, at the hotel, there's a fitness center. And I also walk in Brasilia every day, 5:30 in the morning. I wake up to work out 1 hour of gymnastics and 1 hour of muscle building. Because I don't want to age. I want to be strong. I have a compact with God that I'll live to 120 years.
Wow.
And I heard in the newspaper that the man that was going to live up to 120 years of age has been already born. Maybe I'm that man. Who knows?
Maybe you are. Maybe you are.